Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is C. John. I will take you on a journey throughout time dating back to 2000 BC to the old Nile Kingdom. But before we get into that, we need to know some facts like the prologue to a book. The Nile is 4,100 miles long and flows northward into the Mediterranean Sea. It was used for trade throughout Africa and also to other places. They traded timber and gold. Into the Mediterranean Sea. This all begins with the third dynasty from 2613 to 2681 BCE, whose first notable pharaoh was Dosher, and he divided the states into what is known as nomes. Not those nomes. Nomes. These nomes would be ruled by governors. Following this would be the fourth dynasty, which would begin with the pharaoh, Shemneferu, who would build 3 pyramids. He would start by building the median pyramid, followed by the red pyramid, then the bent pyramid. He was a man, alright, a real man. Following this, Neteru San Khufu would build the Great Pyramid of Giza, which everyone knows, after his death. This was known as Egypt's Golden Age, when it had a centralized, strong government to be able to pull off such a massive project. Then we enter the 5th dynasty. This dynasty was from 2494 to 2497 BCE and was ruled by Sab something, and was prominently about the cult of Ra. And finally, the 6th dynasty and the final dynasty, which would lead to the collapse of the entire nation because of famine and a struggle for power. This is what led to the downfall of this great ancient nation. Surely that to be a reason why these people built the pyramids, and it's simple, for a religious purpose. Egyptian people were polytheistic, meaning they believed in gods like Amun-Ra, who was the god of creation and sun, and they also believed in Osiris, the god of death. This guy was in charge of judging people, and he had what we call authority to determine if you go to the afterlife or if you go to hell. Plain and simple. He could do this.
Oh, you thought?
Those poor people. Mummification was created so that the bodies can have a place to rest. This is also why the pyramids were created, so that you can put the pharaohs inside the pyramids so their bodies can rest. Now going to society. In society, it goes bottom to top. The very bottom, you have slaves, followed by peasants, then craftsmen, then merchants, then scribes, then soldiers, then the priests, government officials, nobles, and viceroys. Then at the very top, you have the pharaoh. The best part about this is people could move up from social classes as long as you learned how to do something, or you married into a different class. Good news for the ladies is that you could own property and you could trade. You could also demand for a divorce. If we go to literacy, the Egyptians had hieroglyphics that were sacred, and they also had demotic that were for contracts and agreements. Instead of using clay, they used papier. They also had lyrics to use to predict the calendar, and they were only 6 hours off our current calendar, and that's pretty impressive for their time. Thank you for watching and have an amazing life. Stay in school, don't do drugs, kids.